Oh my goodness, folks. Here we are. Joey just said, you guys are gonna give me a heart attack because he's over there making a glass heart. Real funny guy. Real funny guy. But yeah, we got it swapped around because we got some ridiculous products to show you for the Annealer reveal. Today is Thanksgiving, folks. And I hope you guys are either watching now or watching tomorrow or just having a great day in general. We're going to start off with these 4 products which the VIPs know about and may or may not be receiving an email about. And we can't give you more information than that, but I am going to show off these 4 highly spectacular products from our VIP holiday show, which happened this last Sunday from 2 to 6. It went super smooth. It was incredible. We used the white tank for 90% of the pieces, maybe 81% of the pieces, and it was a really, really, really darn good time. So we'll start it off in chronological order, as one does on the Annealer reveal, with this shooting chalice, folks. This was something fresh out of, we went through the 4 days of holiday cheer on the first table. So that was pickles, icicles, candy canes, and bottle stoppers. So we wanted to make something based off one of those products. And this is your pickle juice shooting, beautiful fluted glass with the GA stamp on the side. And this thing turned out incredible, really beautiful, gorgeous piece, really nice. Then we went along to this tree, which has more color than any other tree we've done so far out of the white. And look at how this guy turned out. I don't want to drop it here, but let's get a nice up close on that texture. Look at the browns in there. GA stamp on the bottom here turned out super clean. Look at that. Let me back it up here. Something we spoke about on the show is that white is so hot. Look at the way that patty is so flat. We got our 4 felt pads on there. Lots of undulation within the tree. A little bit of aventurine green, some sparklage. Not to be confused with spinach. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Then we've got this sparkle glass white mug. We used all the lighter color sparkle pieces. And some of them, it's like this one up here, you can see with the lighting there, it's got like a hatched pattern to it, which is ridiculous. Down here, some crazy action, beautiful fluted foot, white stamp on the side, handle went on, super tasty. This is a gorgeous one. This piece will have a beautiful owner someday. Hard to almost even see what's going on with the white because it's so darn bright in the camera. But then we finished off the show as promised. We kind of went up and got crazier throughout the night. We made a penguin, and this is your classic Santa hat, strong beaked, big flippered, iceberg standing penguin. Look at that tail. Little GA booty. Toes curled right around the iceberg for stability. And he'll look at you too. You'll say, what's up? Look at that guy. Eyes look amazing. Huh? Super cool. If you hold them, that's the best way. Hold them right there under in the armpits, nice and cozy. Super tight. Beautiful 4 pieces right there. We wanted to show those off right off the bat. And then I'm going to show you guys something over here by changing the camera a little bit like this. And come on over here with me and let me show you guys something pretty cool that we showed off on the show. These are our large chunks of white glass. This is what we melted the tank with. Look at the sharp action. These look like rocks. These almost look like if they weren't glass, you could totally imagine these being somewhere out in nature. And super cool looking. Let's get this guy. This guy's super sharp and super sweet. These are some of the larger chunks we have, but this is what it looks like when you take a full tank of glass and ladle it out and let it explode and just pop into a bunch of different pieces. So throughout the last week and a half, we've been loading up the tank with white. We're gonna do one more charge on it, probably tonight, and get it situated and ready to go for this next week, because we have quite a few signature ornaments to make and quite a few other products that are requested and necessary for this white pot. But now we've got swapped out. Take a look at this display. The rest of the pieces from the show. So basically, folks, this is the Annealer reveal of our VIP exclusive show. And we will be, and we got products back here. What wasn't purchased on the show, we had a lot of one-of-a-kinders. About 60% of these are one-of-a-kinders back here. We're gonna have a beautiful table set up and available for purchase on Tuesday of the white glass, of some sparkle pieces, of some really sweet. It's gonna be a pretty hardcore piece for people who couldn't make the show, didn't necessarily wanna make the show, whatever the case may be. We're gonna put some out on our regular Tuesday night show. But these are the pieces that are also from our VIP show that we wanted to show off. And these ones will be made for purchase on Tuesday as well. And so I know some of the viewers, some of our followers will have seen these being made. Some may not have, but it'll be part of this display here where you guys will be able to purchase some of the white pieces and add those to your collection. And we spoke a lot about it on the VIP show, what it means to work with white glass, and we dove into that. That was part of the appeal of the holiday show this year, was seeing something completely different. By Tuesday, we may or may, I'm thinking we're not probably gonna have white left in the tank because we need to get back to making recycled. We've got orders in the queue that haven't been completed because we don't have recycled glass. But here comes a little example of the white, folks. Watch it change. I don't know, I can't focus it from over here, but boom, it's turning white right now. And somehow we got so good at glass blowing, we have pipes floating around the shop on demand. Beautiful. But yeah, so the white glass, just to give you guys an idea of the process, this glass is the softest glass that I and most of us have ever worked with. It picks up color like crazy, and it's different than bar color is. Technically, it is bar color. If we took about 50 of those giant rods of bar color and threw them into the furnace and melted them down, that would be white glass. But when you're working with bar color, you don't quite get the same effect because unless you're using a huge chunk of bar color, it's not, usually we would put bar color on the pipe and gather clear over it. And that's a beautiful look in its own self. We did a lot of bar color pumpkins where they would have a white or an orange or whatever color it may be core, and then the ribs are glassy and clear. And that's a beautiful effect. Having a tank of white glass, it's not even worth the time to take that much color that's already been processed and lined up in those long tubes. You're paying for it to become that way. And then take a huge chunk and melt it down from the outside in on the end of a blowpipe. The time is not necessary to use enough of that to make a full mug without encasing it out of bar color. So that's the beauty of having the white tank, is we can pull it right out. It's hot, it's ready to go. We can add colors on top of it if we want, but it's a super limited edition thing. We only have about 2 barrels like this, and that's quite a lot of glass. Super expensive when we bought it from Fenton Glass. We have about 6 or 7 different colors that we'll periodically put into the tank, but you gotta work efficiently. We gotta plan out the entire time that we're using it so that we're not wasting glass, we're not wasting time, we got things lined up and ready to go. And a few years from now, we may not melt a white tank for another 2-3 years perhaps, because we have other colors and other things going on. So this becomes, and especially for us as glass blowers, this becomes kind of a historic moment, and there's a huge scarcity to the amount that we can actually produce with it. So for that reason, as well as the difficulty of making the pieces, they're up-priced a little bit, and you guys are gonna see that on the website, but that's all for a good reason. And if you have questions about that, please don't hesitate to ask. We definitely want to talk to you about it. But the other thing that you saw on the show, and if we do have white glass on Tuesday, you will see, is that it is tough to blow things with glass. Sculpting, it's a beautiful thing because it's soft, and you really gotta, you change the process on everything you're doing because of how soft it is. But when you're blowing a drinking vessel, here comes Joey now with some Dichroic on a white piece. This is gonna become a heart, which we're gonna be saving for a special date, perhaps in February. But blowing out a vessel like this, it's completely opaque. It's super transparent as soon as you pull it out, but within like 15-20 seconds, it becomes completely opaque. And it is so difficult to put a handle on a mug with that opaque glass. Your assistant needs to blow the bubble in perfectly, and the only way you know how the bubble's going in there, whether it's the vessel, the actual vessel, or the handle, or whatever it may be you're blowing air into, it's just by the way the glass is moving. You can't see that bubble in there. So we lost countless pieces, and we practiced on all white first so we could re-recycle that white glass. But once you do a move like this, Chris put these beautiful dots on the side of this mug, that glass can't be melted down on the white. It's either make it or break it, and it becomes waste glass. It can't even go into our recycled glass because it's so dense and white. It would completely taint the pot, and you'd have white strands throughout it. And that may look cool, but when we have 15, 20 different products of recycled blue on our website and orders are coming in and we need to finish these up, that's not really an option that we're willing to take, a chance we're willing to take to see if that is something that would work. So for all of that reason, we love that we had the white for the VIP show. We love that we have some products left over, and some beautiful ones at that we're going to be able to give to you guys as an option to purchase on Tuesday, and explain that a little bit more, dive into them with our hands and show them off to you. But I will show you the last 6 pieces here that we made on Tuesday's show because they're ridiculous, and these ones will be available on Tuesday as well. Starting with perhaps this little fella here. This was a fun one. This was kind of a collaboration of all of us. Joey started up, he was doing a test. He was using the giant jacks on this little, he was trying to make a mini snowman. He was putting the neckline in the head, putting the neckline in the body, and then he was like, man, it kind of looks like a rubber duck. And then he was like, psst, and then he squashed it. And then we looked at it, we were like, whoa, that's pretty cute. So he was like, bring me some eyes, man. And then we passed the pipe off. What's that? Sugar cookie snowman, exactly. And we got a little loop on them right there so you can hang them in your window. That's kind of a collectible piece right there that will go down in history. A little cutie pie. We got some drinkware. This one, with that white and what I was just talking about, the difficulty of blowing out this completely opaque glass, this is probably the most symmetrical piece that we've had come out of the tumbler section. I don't know how it happened like that. It looks amazing with gold brown accents. Stamp looks super good in white like that. It looks super official. Bottom's nice and polished. This is a beautiful rocks glass. Perfect thickness on it. Turned out really good. We had owls available on the show. We don't make these often. They're super, this color pattern. You guys have seen the double basket weave before. It's pretty hardcore. We started putting them on this boulder, and they look amazing. Perched with a big hook nose. Look at that thing. So these are an option as well. I'm not sure, other than this one, if we'll have more on Tuesday's show, but this one will be available. We had to go for a jumbo snail. It turned out incredible with the red spaghetti. And this was tough as heck. Just so, it's so soft, the white. So sometimes when you curl it too much, this completely flattens out and it looks like a band instead of a thick shell that's actually housing a beautiful slimy snail. Then we got the 2 pieces of drinkware over here, the mugs. This one's out of control, red accents. You gotta do it on top. It's very difficult, not really a good idea to put clear with it because the white's not compatible with the clear. So in certain instances, we had to put color, whether it be the most expensive one or not, on top of the white and kind of hide the white. But it even has a really cool tone to it. Look at the way that foot turned out with the red and the white. It's kind of like an underlying white base and big spotty, crazy texture of that bright, brilliant red. This piece is incredible, spotty, awesome dot pattern. And then we had a sweetie right here too. We call this the strawberry chocolate drizzle. And this one turned out amazing too. Super proportionate, super great thickness. Joey blew out the body of this one and killed it. Just pumped it out of the water. Here's a little imperfection on the side here, and that's just from working with the tank. Sometimes something gets in there, melted back in there. You can see how much the white picks up if we didn't wipe the marver. You've got these little specks of anything that's left on the marver will taint the color of the glass. So it's not an easy, it's a very tricky move, very tricky color to work with, but the pieces were turning out incredible. So that's about it right there, folks. It's a lot of information for you. I know this, but we hope you guys are having an incredible Thanksgiving. We're super thankful for all you guys and everything that's going on. We said our thanks during the VIP show, and we can't say it enough. We love what we do. We love that you guys give us the opportunity to do what we do. About 4 or 5 VIP members will be getting emails sometime today as kind of a Thanksgiving surprise on that information. And I'm trying to think what else is coming up. You guys know that I think it's December 1st and 2nd. It's the first weekend in December is when we're going to be having our in-house holiday show. So we'll have live glass blowing. We're going to release our signature ornament to the public then, and not just to the VIP members that saw both the cane and the ornament on the show. It is the 3rd and the 4th, is a Saturday and Sunday. Thanks, Marissa. That's going to be a blast. We'll be in-house, blowing glass, making custom orders, having a good time, probably listening to Christmas music, whistling away, having a good time. You know the deal. And it's going to be a blast. So those of you that are local, hope we can see you then. Those of you that were local and bought pieces on the show, we're sending you an email. Check out for that so you guys can come pick them up here and see what's going on with the gallery. And if not, we'll definitely ship them to you too. But I hope you all enjoyed the free shipping on the show, which was a pretty cool perk for buying a ticket and being a part of our VIP event. But that's pretty much it. If you guys are local also, the Detroit Lions, I don't think in my whole life have ever won 3 wins in a row, and I'm not a huge football guy, but this is pretty hardcore, and they normally play on Thursdays for Thanksgiving, so if the Lions win 4 games in a row, something's up with the world, and, you know, it's probably means something good, so let's just hope for that. Let's hope it's happening right now, and that's what it is, folks. We appreciate you all. We're going to get back to business here. We got a beautiful, beautiful evening lined up, and thank you very much. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to everybody.